Do you normally crochet or knit when you travel? We can of course always crochet and knit in trains and buses, but I noticed that one of the most common crochet related questions that people search for is whether you can crochet in a plane. The short answer is that in general, yes, but it depends. Over the decades, I have been on hundreds of flights because I used to live in various places around Europe, and I only remember one time when my crochet was taken away, and that was a long time ago. When you live in a country like Finland where people crochet and knit a lot, and if I'm flying to or from here, it's rare that I would be the only one crocheting or knitting. But let's look at the different matters you have to take into account when you want to spend the flight time crocheting. Because there are 4 different things that affect on what you are allowed to take on a flight. The first one is the country you are in, then the particular airline, and then the airport. But the final decision is normally made by a single security officer. All airlines and airports have these regulations that you are not allowed to have anything sharp and dangerous on the plane. But how exactly they interpret that varies. I have noticed that quite a few airlines actually have it mentioned nowadays that you can take crochet and knitting equipment with you in your hand luggage. You can of course always take those things and put them into the big case if you have one that goes into the hold. And something you have to remember also is that when you are going and you are able to crochet on a plane no problem, that does not necessarily guarantee that you can do it on a return flight, because even if your airline is the same, the airport is different, and it may well be a very different country too. But even if it's in your own country, there can be different regulations. So the first rule really is, don't take your best and most expensive hooks on the plane. Instead, let's see what would be good. From the security point of view, plastic and wooden and bamboo ones are the best because they are not likely to cause any problems anywhere. The wooden ones break easily, and the plastic ones, well, they are just like toys. So you could go for those. Or you could take really cheap ones. These here type they are metal with plastic coating. They are the kind that here in Finland you can buy them in almost any supermarket. Or also aluminum ones are really cheap. So the point there is that just in case they were taken away, you don't lose much. One kind that I would not take with me are the very small hooks for thread crochet. They are sharp and metal. This type would have more chance of being taken away from you. These here are my favorite hooks, Clover Amour, with the ergonomic handle. But in fear of losing them, I don't take these into the plane. They are more expensive. But if I'm traveling with a suitcase that goes into the hold, then I pack these with me. So that's about the hooks, but then there is also a question that you may need to cut your yarn. I wouldn't take scissors of any kind. I have had scissors taken away from me and thrown away quite a number of times. Like these here ones are very sharp. Strictly speaking, these should be okay. I mean, according to the rules, these should be okay because it says something about how long metal things are allowed to be. But I wouldn't take these. Instead, what always works is that you have small nail clippers. They cut yarn no problem. But if you are a frequent flyer, it might be worth getting one of these jewelry-like pendants that are yarn cutters. There's so many different types. Most of them are round, some are leaf-shaped. And there are these sharp bits where you can cut yarn. There's a link to these in the description if you are interested in getting one. An important part of a pleasant flight is that people don't annoy each other. So don't take anything big with you that constantly goes over to the next person's space. And I normally pack mine in a transparent Ziploc bag so it stays clean and doesn't get caught with anything else I have in my bag. So with all this, especially if you haven't been crocheting in planes, I hope that next time you fly somewhere, you will spend the time in both an enjoyable and useful way by crocheting.